Abusia ma mema wache na mema wakwa abasonko so kwa fambra nimde news. Ene da the United States of America esi wo se omobe practice democracy in terms of voting na international relation expert ye nina wura Wahab Farouk edinchemu kra base 3 days before and voting bi akoso special voting nkofo binumu a data no entimi en favor mo no edikan ato mo de no ana many Ghanaians in fact prediction about bonte na che say Donald Trump timifa akunya no United States a possibility say NDC ebefa wa ha high as well as the New Patriotic Party based on Kamala Harris so no so ebetimi afa akunya na tena so na predictions no abusuya said ye AC kona na no ana ye ni na wura Arab Farab Farouk ede inchemu yi eba besom yese sa prediction e de ani ato so na busuafo bibia betimasi and we can all tell say United States voting is very crucial the odo wani beto so no ana we should note down so say enye nipadom a beto ama say the practice wo Ghana ha no ana be mo anwe no United States wo some state binum no ene omo keseye ene omo tumi akese no I mean omo decisions higher than minor people and I say normal state nipadom ebia abunkam wo ho a yenim se ebia abato no ebekwa masimasi ana obenten enyom be da ensin do to ya.
First of all, America enye Electoral no masati abato no for the past 3 days. Oh yes, America started elections 3 days ago.
Etientese ya die ya ekogirem from anopa kosi anwumre no.
There be a denium criticism. We don't want to learn what I say. Say nintina obehani abu obi asumbo enu obi ani apai no be because we are so frustration and balloting papers na ndu ho ka na ekono I say police ni na okono sabi no wada any who baby you go those kind of things. Election day 11 o'clock no be inside constituency be inside Canada. That kind of old primitive system of electoral practices na America starting elections when they enter the election week they enter election week yes ne no mo kwa akoto aba no they've started 3 days ago obi kwa adwuma or a nurse and obi kwa adwuma or a doctor the system is working. Ofana ID card wako electoral center or you be the America be electoral center for the past 3-4 days. Into congestion, who's American election no and go for sala baby abu see a sala no Florida Mirwafono Cocrafono dom di Jiro many any Idaho Monies mid central Midwest for no lie. Either than that no even New York you will not see the lie. Now fast forward. United States of America, or say the world leading democracy. Fine, they have the best and they have the worst. Election, and yama a woman is simple. America, Trump, Kamala, the Oba winner no ebe the 47th United States president. I know mufia omabiduha. America started from Abraham Lincoln time no. America and Samonia Umedi our electoral processes and Omo presidents. They are the leaders of the world. Omo presidents. Mako 4 whilst they were in office.
Hey.
They were leaders, of course. They were leaders of the world. Omo presidents. Your friend is 4. Omo 4 susu ewu office. And Omo president Mako baby 8 or 9. Assassination attempts. Roosevelt nkwa nyabe mako 5 times or bakura to 22 5 times. And to look at the country and the history of American elections and the history of American presidency and where we are today. Yet hutum say they came from somewhere in the 1819 mom started sanyamano. Gusu mature day after day, but not that we stand there no. Jitum say still there are more to be done. Now, a year the 46th president, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, A.B. Frison. Young femme free Jimmy Carter time, Eba. Nyan share the history between the Republicans and the history between the Democrats. Jimmy Carter was a Democrat. Walter Mondale Jimmy Carter Monday regime only 4 years after Ford Median. Why? Because say we decided say one or say I will respect the rule of law. I will not throw one bullet. I will not launch one missile, and I will not throw one I will not throw one bomb. Into one Walter Monday as Democrats. Regime, no, there's a regime in 1977-79. Kofa Israeli Prime Minister. I am Minichin Begin, and then Betnase. And Kofa Anwar Sadat. And the Anwar Sadat Betnase. At that time, it wasn't Israeli Palestine, it was Israeli Egypt war. Jimmy Carter solve a problem. And may America for Bufu into to election Tiano. And Ronald Reagan. Any George Bush hardliners Republican by Reagan be called 8 or corner and a Bush a buy. Bush is so administration on it down queer. So by 4 years no not hardline like as Republicans have 12 years. And see Debbie and the day Bill Clinton to me the best American president ever. Bill Clinton by on the Al Gore. Bill Clinton Al Gore by American election. A simple thing. And then our foreign policy, any America for hallmark going into the elections. We use foreign policy and immigration law. Obama how what na our baba and our mama. Third one, your tax policy. Or tax policy no. Obama sika for etria less, na here for etria more. We answer now they call Medicaid. Because American insurance, unlike Europe, will be our welfare insurance and a automatic. We are Jumon, which we call hospital medication. Canada, most of the advanced welding in USA, except United States of America. And Timoa, who to quite say, who come baby to Marylanda. So we see two. Now, my nephew, we need to be so here, Baltimore for no akutunu se no aton. Because Medicaid be no or the BTC and the Senate. In the American system, no, Uba be your foreign policy, no. Foreign policy near dear him. Foreign policy near template at the State Department. Country Ghana, say near no mutia. Law no da ho. Ye no more defense pact. Ye support defense budget. Ye no more technology. Ye support ye no more infrastructure. Ye support and ye no more agreement. Say ye embassy. Ebeye the West African American Embassy High Command. Ni actually ne da ho. Unti mesesano, unti minyahwe. The anything that comes extra a executive order. I say okay, America ne Ghana. Omo visa quota no. From Clinton about that time near Jibe 4,500 the whole country. Clinton be appreciate no. And then more your friend is George Bush baha and will be increasing no and the mills or pan chow. And Obama so by on so ye day also be pejemu and only executive order president in the beba. Name America election going into now. Would do immigration law abattoir, with the foreign policy abattoir, Palestine Israel, Ukraine war, a him fan yakwa apiska, yakwa support Saudi Arabia na kwa Yemen, and we are foreign policy. We are immigration with the tax in the baby and san wabeka American education. And then you schools are here to Columbine money at the adeno into gun laws. Ye and I see ye ye best sign yama gun companies and produce and I'm individuals and we also where or policy now the abattoir. The next thing very important to America in the elections abortion rights. Trump said which abortion. Kamala or you pro abortion. Trump says LGBTQ plus on play. Kamala were number 1 pro LGBTQ plus. Into will be a to election or qua or vote for either pro life or anti life. Or vote to either pro migration. Trump they are to say so to me winning election we are or being back the biggest deportation exercise in the history of America. Or the immigration law between two a foreigner or patumano pamentumano. Because Americans in Ankasano, the rest is another United States American white in Ankasa, Omdoso, which are blacks. American 30% of the blacks, between you and I, Omontuaba, New York on 2, Baltimore on 2, your friends say Bronx on to, Brooklyn on to, Mount Vernon on to, Blackwater Yonkers on to, Blackwater Nina, and Sana Oko Maryland, Oko New Jersey downtown, maybe a blacks in Dulu, Omunko Twaba, Oko Washington DC, K Street, H Street, Ominano, Omo Aba, Omunko Koto, California, the same thing.
Engineer one in the target here.
Into on Trump on the target in a year or say America will be strong again. One, on only defend the economy. American, I saw the economy news to them, Ebeka policies in home. On in economy say Chinese products a weaken American businesses. China any Americans trade war only do about ding and say Chinese sell more to the United States as compared to the other way around. And the China for product in America $100 in call. Abra yesu yentimi konko juo diema any Trump in position. Yentimi ma Mexico phone nyina mewram because in the future no ombe citizen na omna tutia Republican the Republican stand and say yema ho ho ne ma. Wom so mum ni paper no yampam wom. Now, back to Clinton. Clinton Al Gore regime. They had the best chance. They sent foreigners, American Romani paper. They sent Clinton Al Gore, Omuma paper. Because Ronald Reagan, a cut off. So be obey between 80 up to this time, yamu be a paper. Say what passport koji into the maum. So some of the people know munya amnesty under Republican. When it comes to issue of voting, or be vote a Republican. That's the American system. It be free Clinton any Al Gore Koyen, George Bush Senior, any your friend is saying on a Dick Cheney ebayen. They didn't care about immigration. Ombetwa the Clinton yeah so. But then the foreign policy or buy na and also no. You will fight to be a Ayeko. Because I go Clinton America Omugu cigarette company Paul Moore, King Size, all the American companies in Omugu because no Omon smoking. And the two, all the guns. United States Army is the only biggest army in the Western Hemisphere. On one kasa product. A private company na ammunitions, the ICBM, the Apache, and all the guns in this one sophisticated B-20, BB helicopter jets in a private company, and a wire consortium, no aqua machine, no ababa time or Clinton 122. Wanyana jinsu oba konto kwenti no monto weapons de dugu no myusu kakra. The Cheney any George Bush Halliburton omu bae na no start say no. Ese yakoye fight bi o Iraq. Ese yakoye fight to Afghanistan. And omu story that's American policy ni aka ho asemi. And omu start to Saddam omu yigo on first day. No ma yi ICBM kwa mako 3. Bakubia Sanisia 6 point almost about $1 million. No yi guho Apache helicopter ni biashi baku 12 million, $15 million. That is Republican. And to alone kun ye na oye ne niama no the foreign policy no do di echi or make sure say America or no so the tax yi buy. George Bush free hot by ekoye no one the Cheney. One would have expected say nanka your friend say yenia dia baako Obama to me be biased to me is a West Democratic president. In my view, he had a chance to continue the good work at Clinton any Al Gore babayeye. To continue the good work any Clinton any Al Gore babayeye. Obama did not do it. Obama did not do it. Obayeno, Africa, George Bush performed better on the African continent with American relations. Better than Obama. Our no better than our Kenya or cotton and China in picture and then a side traditional food. Oba Kruma then or the buy one for Bibiama. Obama and shed and for Bibiama on the Joe Biden regime. Omuyena winning or be facing the strongest opposition in the Congress and the Senate. And to make sure knock on it down. And the didi moi otimi on sulusu or the time so or koye. All corner, Mrs. Clinton, you realize Americans were not prepared for a woman. And gentleman fa against Trump. Woman kasa American Democrats na the wiki Mrs. Clinton and at the end of the day a Pascal. Now Trump came after Obama. Obama, Trump, Pence, Mike Pence, or change the position, or starting making laws, immigration, American airports, or change, baby to say Washington, New York, Atlanta, baby Africans, under Trump, Zoom craft 5 years visa, deport 2 Monaco, America's birthright, Grand State, more birthright. Lanka Trump at that time no propose say birthright in and use the term say he will not sit down for Africans to impregnate in their country and come here and shit the BBC. Okay, I comment. Or yeah, not Jane say Udu Washington, Chinese phone and immigration. Some blacks nasem. Africans asem. Udu New York, some Yibu terminal bio Faswa, migration bio hosta. One need their watch the position. Into that, Emani Benya 1 term. 1 term no ban and hostilities, the arrogance, the insults, and even some of Americans who say no, we can't go with the man. However, the foreign policy wanya match because only there no so pro-American. On Fenisika said you can say or be president on Fenisika and Ukraine war. Or be president Israeli your friend is Palestine, you will find a way around it. Republican, Democrats there, watch say we are in support. Into the American Sikabeko, the American Sikako Ukraine. So these particular elections, Joe Biden, Oja Kamala, Ubusame, did Kamala perform as a vice president? The answer is no. The answer is somehow yes, because no, ni say Kamala obeye Attorney General under your friend is Arnold Schwarzenegger. California. Obey, I know, the biggest policy or any encra no transgender. Pese, change, sexes, change, gender. Name passa and pass a crowd 13 years, 14 years. Now, watching radio and television, no reading yama, no say any fair. So, opesa or bema. Any understanding, any dear, and war. So therefore, Kamala we a law say a crown mammy and papa or yet a crown first immediate guardian. So Montiasia the school teacher to me recommend it. So the kids go to their school teacher say or person or yet transgender or believe in say or person or your bar person bema. The operation the change all the sexes. Kamala AC camps in California most especially added the money of United States and the state of California, edit hostels since the America say, Nina and crying be drona, you're confused. And crying to drona, Fenunia 1819, while regret it, unim de annoy, and Tromina Ababede, or maybe depressed, they are on drugs. This was something, one of the achievements to me. I don't like Kamala about it. But the what I would, as an African, me pese Democrat in Winnie, is the fact that Minya oho, ebi aname ba oho, ebi amenam fofo oho, ebi mu beko, ebi mu nko abusuafo ni adade.
And we muni hash a foreign policy.
What you say? Na oba be deport woman no. Waka no, eno ena mame support. Either than that, with all due respect, in all reality, in terms of business and the economy, Trump can do better or has done better than Joe Biden and Kamala. In terms of administration, no, yes, Trump was rough. Kamala is liberal. Where I like and how I like is Kamala's infusion of the campaign. And then Utimi American celebrities in Etimi Grichi out in the history of the United States. Say Kamala Timikofa, the Republican senators, Makumako 35. Congressman Makumako 31. Omunina began the campaigns to say the hostilities and Trump, the character and the behavior. No, and idea ombe support. In terms of popularity, and in the campaign popularity, there one of course you should think of incumbents. So incumbents need the oko baby at say or you should state apparatus until you pump nipa be dinechi. But then no, the risky and the danger aspect of it, na you say. Trump had worked out the mentality of the pro-Americans and for that matter whites, and more of women also. But then I heard you saying America, and yet the popular vote. In the match, I say, woman say, nipa di a year me baby. It might not end up anywhere. Much as a Beyonce Bear campaign, our Texas, we are talking about the sensitive electoral colleges, America, which are some of them. So, what shall balance with a high technical brain and infusion of wisdom at the time? Say no. The fact says state bisano, they must not be disadvantaged in terms of decision making on the federal states of America. Therefore, Yankee State to be the Rhode Island in the East Coast, Ultra New York, Nowra, Connecticut, Rhode Island, between Connecticut and Boston, small island. No population could go in 3 million. But in electoral college, a bigger than most of the bigger states. Now, Yankee baby to say Boston, Massachusetts, the electoral college, a wider. Yamra, Virginia. A red state, the electoral college in Esso. Now, mid central, baby, Sebi blacks and MP, Abrofo, Equaco Utah, Eco Missouri area holding in Anna, electoral colleges in Esso, not California.
Before say, Ojemwa, baby, Abrofo Netetieno, electoral college bigger because they didn't want a day. They believe the decision making of America in the hands of a immigrant because over in New York, for instance, before the Spanish, so if we are doing one man, one vote, it means immigrants will end up deciding for the whites. Yes, sir.
Yes, and she almost say the America in the minds, yes, or embrace other cultures because of what immigrant stateship. Therefore. What happened between George Bush and Al Gore? Juma Al Gore, Clinton was a celebrity of a president and just like executive president. But a Juma or in a regime was done by Al Gore. One, Palestine. Any your friends say Israeli, Utimi Kofa, your friends the Oslo Accord. Clinton, one of his highest achievement, or the Yasser Arafat, first time Israel Prime Minister. I nearly know that almost signed two-state affair. Yigalamia Ekukum, your friends say, your friends Ishaq Rabin. Share a Juma ye in Chino. Ombasa Omo ye elections. Anna Akobase, Ago contesting George Bush. Election was a done deal. Over election, I go a winning. Just because a day I by announcement, and I Ted Bush, George Bush, his junior brother, or a Florida governor, or Pejan and said Tampa Bay. Election no ankoyi obi awia stolen verdict yan counting mistake about and no more what is called too close to call. Yehuni yana Virginia also so anya malpractices. Yehuni yana your friend is Michigan almost election malpractices at yan counting Washington, Wyoming in the West Coast North Tip. Almost your problem. Missouri area your problem. So what happened? What happened is any encounter for fraud. Imagine. Whilst going through that, now America white counties, almost Memphis, them, then the Supreme Court has to decide that it took somebody who is a Democrat. They will save America in 2000 elections was nobody else than Al Gore. And Al Gore said, whether say or when you are now one when to save America and George Bush did the transfer because say now Clinton ni agwa na be go business nti any braba Clinton ni agwa anto weapons Clinton ni agwa go cigarette companies Clinton ni agwa go mining companies in the sanity their pass and kofu be 12 years a woman tias but let us not forget in the history of United States Ghana for say we could to it is not true. Republicans were 5 times it was so back to back. Democrats were called 4 times at once back to back. Before, no more federalist government, no more WHP, different parties. A bit zoom on the two. No, it is not also true because Republicans, Reagan go too. ɛna ɛyɛ first George Bush senior ɛbɛkɔ one ka ho before Carter na Ford mo time na Republicans akɔbɛ 3 and it is not like that.
And the automatic say yes, you come here no as if from best no kono obi nkobi na American
in crasism I any say what does any say any say any serious country would me achieve the developmental agenda, the people stay longer in power. And it is not the longer in power that you stay on, it is the usage of that power. Which are the examples? We're taking an example like Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, who did 27 years from a school teacher, a prime minister, 800 country, from down rotten, a better chewum. What did he say? What say? Leave me to stay in power. The longer that I stay, I'll make mistake, I'll steal the country, but much I'll give it back to country. It is so we are Sikakrana. Obe a wate ase
we obesa dia more mine
or the do one abesa ma o mine and then what they build here. What about Mathia, the king of Malaysia ne Ghana, Malaysia ne here woman, the Southeastern Asian countries, na Sri Lanka better channel, na Bangladesh better channel, Indonesia better channel, any Maldives near that should be Malaysia on the bed building the tallest tower. Our Central Asia, Southeastern Asia. Now, it is not about 8-year rule. It is about the country. And say, who 8 years, what did the paper be? I see a friend party manifesto. Country buying the way we are 67 years independence, Ghana. What the party manifesto? I brought the chair manifesto on finance. That time be a no abo. Your chair manifesto on economy, the manifesto on agriculture. That another girlfriend that type of man or no one sebi no bawada. How do you compile all these documents? Now be a party manifesto, MPP and DC in reference case scenario. The first thing our can the party. The second thing our can the grassroots. The third thing our can say sustaining of power. That country need development my. Na developmental agenda na kosha niyama wa church. Do they understand? Now you were 67 years independent. And you were Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. And you were Parliament of the Ghana na. This Yemfen free just only the 4th Republic of 8 governments, You Parliament in anywhere in Africa. Are all lawyers you were 65 to 66% current lawyers, active lawyers in the parliament. In the country of Ghana, on records, there's no country in the world, including United States of America, including best accountants in the world, Italians, including best mathematicians in Europe, France. Any country or chartered accountant, umdu more than 100, including Germany. Ghana has the only country in the world our chartered accountants more than 250 and 300, still counting. Yani one of the corrupt nations in the world. It's a dime and a Ghana. Sorry?
We know and common the Java we are just the whole a bit you it is the knowledge, is just and I anyway, no one does may understand you. Now this is the point. Brilliant man sounds straightforward. Which states in America is going to decide on more election, the Oberini?
Yawa New Hampshire. Capital any Nashua.
Okay.
Nashua. So be watch here. Is only American country state own tax. Okotoka one register ultimi nante. O register one register wasem. One year insurance and will be any problem or can ho. Into motor is a live or die. Abrofun kwandi go ho. A smaller country that is the East Coast. On top of Boston, Massachusetts, Nashua, like I said, OTS Canada. Electoral College is one of the biggest red states. Now, Obaba, Virginia, and other smaller, even Delaware. Delaware.
Okay.
And Pennsylvania, East Coast,
Pennsylvania is a deciding state.
What I said. And the bigger states in there, home stakes in your high. But the smaller ones like Nashua, so to me call winning Nashua. Now call winning even Connecticut, which is also Commonwealth. All the Commonwealth states, New York nka ho but wo hwe Virginia na ba be hwe Delaware na be hwe your friend is Maryland. These are the Commonwealth states. Na be hwe Massachusetts na hwe Rhode Island ne ho na electoral colleges we in New York ni Fremont East Coast na electoral colleges in your big. Now let's go to the south. Charleston, South Carolina. It's a small place. North Carolina and so Raleigh, Hustle, but Southern Carolina and Charleston Hollow. Electoral college in here big, and yet it is one of the smallest states in America. What about the Central? What about the East Coast? The West Coast, smaller nations. Wyoming, Seattle, electoral colleges in here big. And it is what watch here. Trump, a concentrate or America will be stronger again. America will do this win. Democrats had the chance to jail Trump. Why? Because Shawoma or no year Juma. Yetimichi accountant jailing over tax fraud. Yetimichi Linko for no more White House at the time election problem by near jail. You will be a jail after no one. Trump has been indicted. Trump has been indicted since. More than for multiple counts, election year declaration, and then moreover tax declaration, or indictment over 21. He was due for a sentence. This man is able to use the American system, whip up the enthusiasm, whip up the support of the whites, telling America, say, somebody need to will Biden or granting amnesty was slow. So therefore,
Baba, in the nutshell, why be we need a year American election?
American elections, I will be very, very, very straight up with you. Say, don't trust American elections on the declaration day. They are the most confused country in the Western Hemisphere as the leader of Democrats. That the leader of your friend is saying democracy. All elections, you cannot predict.
Okay. Watching me no interview. Yes, me busa permission. In fact, I'm stating that watching me no interview here. But wait, our Farouk is okay. So Ochena arrange our hub. Let's sit here and discuss the outcome of the American elections. Angel 102.9. Wabene ugaso beti na womre. Gobi. Eti sanity our hub Farouk na ye ne twen komo no. Yes we have an interview. Ghana no. Doc. Magia.
Nana Majodo.
Now what to say?
Yahuye.
And the day na free ye heartbeat bre.
Meda wase anope hena pomizan nchechre fa insansa a ogu hunamudua ne ho. Wo potokasem wo ye eczema. Ye kada obi wo eczema ye piatreden. Oye hunam ase asoso.
Hunam ase de ya.
Asoso.
Enu ya den.
Bibia peja anese insansa agugu hunam nenyi. Mpane pii no ozi ahokeka ozi beja honam ase meka ahokeka na chesa honam na ase no obaye ohene dam nkeken otum nye honam ase asoso insu wom anempo da insu nyim ochi insu mpane pii no oye mama nyenenam ono nara na wo friend dermatitis na otum oye impofrimu anempo de kwanko otum ogu wonsa kwan wukotodwe wonyim anempo de wonsa ho abaze na obekire de obi insan na wegu no hon oye eczema ozikanen ne honam asen ota owo wese insan bogu no honamdua no ho